Flughafen noch weitere Informationen benötigen, wenden Sie sich bitte an unsere Kollegen vom Bodenpersonal. Danke, dass Sie heute Austrian Airlines Ihr Vertrauen geschenkt haben.
We arrived at Vienna, Austria.
What's here?
All right, see you later.
Snowing in Vienna, Austria.
Knew it was something winter. Right. It's gorgeous.
Welcome to Austria.
Gorgeous state, except out on the east of the plains, isn't it? We were just out in the springs. My sister's up there. What is it over there that we went to? Oh, this is so pretty with the swamp. It's hot and humid in Pennsylvania, but not quite as many days. My cousin said they got you the one. Nice.
On the big cruise, big ocean cruise, Mediterranean.
The spring. And I said, how do you get there?
Very unique.
Yep. So I just keep going back. Now you can get, you know,
Stadium Center.
you can get 10.
Is that a church?
They seem to be doing great.
This is the first time you take a Danube River?
Yes.
Okay. Did you take a Rhine before?
No. All these millions of hyacinths. It was a wonderful trip. I was on the Rhapsody.
Oh, Rhapsody. Yeah, well, I think we took a Rhapsody too. We did it at Rhine last year, 2008.
2008?
Yeah, 2008.
What?
Rhine River.
The Rhine. Okay.
Rhine and Mosel.
Rhine
Rhine
and
and
Mosel.
Mosel.
Did you like it?
Yeah. That's all. Adagio.
Yeah. But this gown was just, I love your sweater. It looks like it's been hand on. I really like it. You know, you'll know what I'm going to speak of. We were just out here. And they said, water, just water. And we went to this fabulous place where they say that
厕所嘛，对不对？对不对？有吗？
我看不见哎。
什么 Prestige？ Roxy Prestige。
那上面有人，
That's a Russian ship.
PYCE 什么？
你想想看，这么几个人，他也要看。
Would you like to have some iced tea or maybe some balloon for the bar?
A little iced tea.
Iced tea. This sounds sweet. We have some sugar over here.
That's what Jose.
Jose？
他说问我们要喝汤，我就跟他
Yes, I am.
说稍微等一下。
That's when we had Romanesque architecture. But this one only looks old, it's not that old. It was built in 1898 on the occasion of a very important Habsburg. It is that church now, it's in our back. It was, yeah, it's an amusement park, I would say, besides being a major junction point.
It just looks like it's on the building. That's
Some of you might be wondering here, like, hey, Austria is landlocked. Austria doesn't have sea access. Very correct. But in the time when Admiral Tegetov was living, when the Empire, the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and that's when we still had access to the sea, and that's why we had an admiral, and he won all the major battles on the sea in around the 17th century. We also call that statue the coat hanger, because you might have realized all these protruding boats on the side, they look a bit like hangers for coat walls. So pretty interesting. This is where he lived. Johann Strauss, the son, he was rather rest of the second district, where the Jews used to live when we still had a very large Jewish community. We had around 150,000 Jews here in Vienna before World War II.
So that makes it okay, right?
After 1938, when the Nazis marched into...
It's a river ship.
So now you can see here on the left-hand side the Orania. That is one of the first buildings built here on the Ring Road. What is the Ring Road? Ring Road is one of those splendid, beautiful boulevards. We have the former Ministry of the Army of the Imperial Royal. Absolutely fabulous museum. And connected to it is also the University of Applied Arts. So, City Park that we have, and it's also called the City Park. And if you take good care now, this opening here on the left-hand side, you might be able to see the golden statue of Johann Strauss.
Wow.
Johann Strauss.
Yeah, the guy with the many fiancés, many pre-extension with Alex. Oh, you might have been here if you took the optional tour of Musical Vienna. This is where we have a lot of really excellent concerts going on outside, and it doesn't include breakfast, ladies and gentlemen. But it includes a butler that irons your daily paper before you can read it. Isn't that something? Iron paper. And 2 years ago, Mr. Bush Jr., he was coming here for a state visit. Had to move to the Intercontinental, also pretty posh hotel, but of course not the Imperial. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Keith Richards, can you believe that? We couldn't. Here on the right-hand side, that is the opera, the Vienna State Opera. Very famous. It's one of the best here in the world, besides the Met in New York. I say they're thrillers for nowadays. All about the devil, the good and the evil, and human beings. And here also on the right-hand side, the statue is Mr. Mozart.
Oh! Where?
Mr. Mozart in the Court Gardens of Vienna.
Mozart. Yeah, that's the most.
Right there.
Court Garden, of course. We have our Parliament, Austrian Parliament.
Austrian Parliament.
Look at these buildings.
Yeah, Greek style, and the Greek goddess of justice, of wisdom is right in front of it, Palace Athene. And she's turning her back to the Parliament. I wonder why. Huh? 183 members of main building. We have more campuses spread all over Vienna, but this is the main building here. A bit different than in the States. Usually you have all buildings.
Market. You can walk it easily back to the bus, and there you are. Now, that Christmas that I've been talking about on the bus, also pretty simple. You pick it up, also you go through the